I need you in your tornado safe place. If this follows the same track and the same sort of structure and evolution that the other one did, this may fall apart as the rotation gets disrupted going up and over Green Mountain. But in these areas, I do need you in your tornado safe place for, again, what we are seeing that appears to be another brief tornado touching down here in this part of Madison County. You look at the radar presentation, it doesn't look real ominous. In fact, these showers don't even have a lot of lightning, but they are spinning just enough. And in some cases, there can be something happen in a very localized area that is apparently increasing the spin just enough to produce a brief tornado. This is a look at the wind velocity, again, northwest of Lacey Spring, where we're seeing that debris signature. Reminder what the colors represent. Red is blowing away from the radar, green is blowing towards, so this is your area of rotation. It's not very strong, but looks like it is just enough to, again, produce maybe a brief tornado threat here across parts of far south Huntsville. Let me track this out for you. Again, this is moving northeast. It's not quick, only at around 20 miles per hour. We will take this over into the Owens Crossroads area, so I do need you in your shelter in these locations. Whitesburg, again, right at the bridge going over the river from Madison into Morgan County. Need you then your safe place. 8:25 is when that's going to be there. Mountain Gap Elementary School, this will be moving in around 8:32, so about 10 minutes or so from now. And then if this circulation does hold together and makes it over the other side of Green Mountain, that will put this storm in the vicinity of the Goldsmith Schiffman Elementary School there off of Taylor Road, or in the vicinity at 8:38, 8:40. But again, the last storm, when it went over Green Mountain, it kind of lost its structure, but still want you in your tornado shelter in these areas, basically towards Owens Crossroads, Hampton Cove area once again. Want you headed to that safe place, and again, you already need to be there if you are in South Huntsville with this storm moving in, again, very close to the Whitesburg Bridge. Let me show you what we're looking at here. Once again, with the debris tracker, still seeing indications that there is a tornado doing some damage here, just northwest of Lacey Spring, where I believe it's Highway 36 goes off at 231 there. And again, this is tracking right towards the Whitesburg Bridge going over the Tennessee River. So if you are in this far south area of Huntsville, all the way down where Bailey Cove Road comes to an end there, right before you get to the bridge in South Parkway, I need you in your tornado safe place in these areas. Again, we are seeing indications of a potential tornado doing some damage here. Far northeastern corner of Morgan County. This is maybe still on the Morgan County side of the Tennessee River, but again, this is going to be tracking across far south Huntsville. Perhaps it's going to get over Green Mountain. Again, the last storm, the one that prompted a tornado warning, it looked like that storm kind of fell apart. At least the possibility for a tornado as it went over the mountain, but it did do some damage on the east side of the arsenal before that circulation was disrupted. And again, we are still seeing indications that there is something potentially on the ground here close to the Tennessee River, right outside of Lacey Spring, headed right towards the Whitesburg Bridge. And again, we did see some damage that was shared from Redstone Arsenal with an earlier storm. So we're concerned here that this may be doing the same thing, perhaps producing a brief tornado as it crosses the river into far south Huntsville. Let me take a bigger look here at the picture. Again, this just doesn't look like much. You look at it on radar, and this is not what we typically show you, which would be tons of reds and looking very ominous. But there's just apparently enough spin here in the atmosphere, and you can even kind of make it out looking at the regular radar pattern. When we talk about it, kind of looks like it has a little hook. That's basically the rotation wrapping the precip around. Again, this is not a strong storm. It's basically a shower producing some brief heavy rainfall. We're not even seeing any lightning out of this, but it appears something here in southeast Madison County interacting with these storms and allowing them to spin up to the point that they are producing, it appears, some very brief tornado activity. There you see the rotation. Again, you look at this on radar, it's not significant, but apparently just enough. Again, this is in the vicinity of the Whitesburg Bridge, where it says Whitesburg. That's the bridge going over the Tennessee River there on Highway 231. And again, this is going to be entering far south portions of Huntsville. You can see some of the roads here: Redstone Drive southwest, Redstone Park area. We've got Green Cove Road southeast here, Bailey Cove Road where it ends. Camelot, which is the neighborhood where we saw a debris signature with the first tornado warning, didn't get any reports of damage out of there, so it's possible something briefly touched down east side of the arsenal, did some damage, lofted that debris up, and then we caught that debris signature overhead of the Camelot neighborhood area there in southeast Huntsville. And hopefully that's all we're looking at again here, something that's briefly touched down, but that possibility remains that this could hold together as it moves its way to the north and to the east. Now the latest here on the debris tracker, again, this is what we were watching, northeast of Lacey Spring, right along the river. It definitely appears to be something on the ground. When you see that, if you back it up here a couple frames, there we had it, again, right along the river. Now in the latest update, that's gone away. So that's good news, and hopefully it remains that way. But again, if you are here in far south Huntsville, still want you in your tornado safe place just in case this spins back up and brings the threat for a tornado again with it. But at least for now, it appears whatever there has maybe lifted back up and is no longer doing damage. But we are still seeing rotation out of this shower. It's kind of broadened out a little bit. It's still there. And the vicinity of the Whitesburg Bridge, I think this is likely going now over the river into southern Madison County and far south Huntsville. The red color's blowing away. The greens are blowing towards, so you get this sense of counterclockwise rotation right over the Tennessee River. That's where the circulation is right now. And again, this is going to be tracking through far south parts of the city of Huntsville, close to the Whitesburg Bridge. Again, we'll zoom in here, just going to read off some of these roads. This is in the vicinity of Green Cove Road southeast, where that meets up with Bailey Cove Road southeast, where that road comes to an end. 231, of course, is South Parkway. This is Hobbs Road, and these areas, looks like Jamie Thompson Road, needs you in your safe place in these areas. Again, if this follows what the other storm did, circulation is likely going to be disrupted going up and over Green Mountain. But if you are on the other side of Green Mountain, heading towards Old Big Cove Road southeast, Taylor Road, and over here towards Cherry Tree, which we mentioned that with the earlier storm, once you're in your tornado safe place. This road here, this is Old Green Mountain Road going up and over the mountain as well. Green Mountain Road southeast going up and over the mountain out of the Camelot neighborhood there. If you're anywhere along that road, on that side of Green Mountain and on the Owens Crossroads side of Green Mountain, just want you in your tornado safe place to be on the safe side. Again, the latest here, it would appear that whatever was on the ground there just outside of Lacey Spring has perhaps lifted. The shower, again, it's not impressive. Again, you look at this, it doesn't look particularly bad. This is just a heavier shower. These storms are not very tall, but there's just enough going on in the atmosphere that some of these have been spinning, and there's apparently something happening in the low levels of the atmosphere enhancing that spin here over southern Madison County, particularly the South Huntsville area. So I do want you in your tornado safe place in these areas, just in case something were to develop here. Tornado warning goes until 9 o'clock. It goes until 9 o'clock for southern Madison County and east central Morgan County, although at this point, where the circulation is showing up, it is in southern Madison County, South Huntsville right now, moving out of Morgan County. Again, this is the latest look. Circulation is not as well defined. It's what we've called broadened out here in the vicinity of Whitesburg. There's another area, though, that's catching my eye down here towards Lacey Spring. So here as well, Greens are towards the radar, reds are away, so maybe another area of rotation developing here close to Lacey Spring. There you saw the latest scan updates, so this is going to be coming basically through the same area as well. So a couple spots here where we are seeing a rotation, again, in a shower. It's not even a thunderstorm. We don't really even have any thunder occurring out of this. And again, possibility something else may develop here within this zone, the vicinity of Hobbs Island now, Whitesburg, and again going over that southern end of Green Mountain. So if you're even over here towards Owens Crossroads, just to be on the safe side, I want you to head to your tornado safe place. Again, the rotation appears to be diminishing somewhat, but there are a couple areas that I'm watching. The original circulation that prompted the warning, again, in the vicinity here, far south Huntsville, Whitesburg Bridge area. Another spot, though, keeping an eye on extreme northeastern Morgan County, just outside of Lacey Spring. And again, both of these areas are moving their way off to the north and to the east with this particular, again, shower. That's all it is. But let's track all this out. Again, if this does make it over Green Mountain, and the last one, we're fairly confident that the circulation was disrupted going over Green Mountain, being that this is not a strong thunderstorm, and that going over the terrain is likely interfering with whatever's happening in the lower levels of these showers that are allowing them that possibility to spin up. But with that said, Owens Crossroads area, this is around 843. And towards Berkeley, Poplar Ridge, 849, 846 in those locations. This would be going a little bit south of where the other tornado warned storm did go through this portion of South Huntsville and into southeastern parts of Madison County. Do want to show you the bigger picture here. Again, there's just nothing that's super strong. We've had other showers up here towards Hazel Green, southern Middle Tennessee. Those have really not done a whole lot other than produce some rainfall. But what has been coming across southern Madison County, South Huntsville, we've seen that activity spin just a little bit. And we're still seeing at least some potential for that. Although I will say here in some of the latest data, it's a little less concerning, but there is still rotation showing up here, vicinity of Whitesburg, again far south Huntsville, and maybe another area of circulation, again subtle, but across far northeastern parts of Morgan County. Both of these going through far south Huntsville, going over the southern edge of Green Mountain, and then perhaps making their way into the Owens Crossroads area. Although again, there's a chance that the circulation with this may be disrupted as these go over the mountains. Latest update here from the Weather Service, they indicate the rotation is not looking as significant. The debris signature that we were showing you when we came on air has gone away. There is still circulation, though, along the river. So this now, originally when the debris signature was out, it was a confirmed tornado. That's basically, when you see a debris signature, that's an indication something was on the ground. Now the warning has been updated to indicate radar indication as opposed to something confirmed because we are not seeing that debris signature on the ground. And let me show you what that looked like again. Again, I'm not seeing it here. Areas of rotation near Whitesburg, a little east of Lacey Spring. No indication that there is anything on the ground here. But as we take this back, about 15 minutes or so from now, we did have something right here. Northwest of Lacey Spring. The good news is this is right along the river, so likely no one impacted except for some trees. That was definitely an indication that we had a tornado on the ground. Northwest of Lacey Spring, right along the Tennessee River right here. But as we take you forward, this is 8:18 when that was showing up, right around the time the warning came out. You can see that disappeared as it approached the Whitesburg Bridge. So still want you sheltered in place here if you're in far south Huntsville, but perhaps the threat has diminished. There are still a couple areas of potential circulation here. Again, the original one is now, again, Green Cove Road, Bailey Cove Road southeast, where those come together here, just north of the Whitesburg Bridge in far south Huntsville. There's still an area rotation here. You can see Hobbs Road as well. Still want you in your tornado safe place here. And then perhaps another area of rotation that we're seeing just a little bit off to the south of there, but neither of these is particularly significant at this point in time. And again, and you look at the radar presentation here, there's some heavy rainfall, but perhaps a little less structure on these showers than what we had a little bit earlier. But again, South Huntsville area, and if you're over towards Owens Crossroads, do want you in your tornado safe place. The fact, though, that this is already weakening as it's approaching Green Mountain, if it, again, follows what happened with the storm earlier that came off of Redstone Arsenal that had a tornado warning, likely whatever's happening in the low levels of the atmosphere that's helping enhance some of the spin in these showers may once again be disrupted as it interacts with the higher terrain there going over that part of far south Madison County. And still a couple spots of rotation, nothing that looks particularly alarming, but still a little bit now looks like moving beyond South Parkway, extreme southeast Huntsville. Again, this is Green Mountain Road southeast. It starts going up that southern end of Green Mountain towards Owens Crossroads. That's where the rotation is, but again, it's broad and it looks weaker than it did. And this is really kind of the telltale clue because this is what has prompted these warnings, as we've seen a debris signature. The actual rotational signature is not typically what would prompt a tornado warning. It was not of that significance, but seeing on the debris tracker that something had spun up and briefly touched down, again, has been the telltale sign with both of these storms that we've been tracking that have been impacting parts of South Huntsville. Latest update here from National Weather Service. Tornado warning does continue. Morgan County 911 has not received any calls in reference to any sort of damage. There's also, by the way, this is outside of our coverage area, but it is covered by the Huntsville National Weather Service, tornado warning for Franklin County, Tennessee, northwest of Winchester. But again, that's just outside of our coverage area. And again, we're just not seeing anything here indicative that there's a tornado on the ground. And the overall structure here with 31 triple Doppler is not real significant compared to what we were monitoring a little bit earlier. Let's show you the kind of the bigger picture of what we have going on. Again, another tornado warning here outside of our area, northwest of Winchester, Tennessee. That's moving away. That's not going to be moving south and east towards, say, the Alabama border, so no concerns there. That's a more organized little line of heavier shower activity. Again, there's really not a lot of lightning with this. What we're seeing is that most of these showers are not particularly tall. So even if you can see them from a distance, they're not high up in the sky like we normally look for bigger storms around here. And again, we are monitoring basically South Madison County now, just to see what's going to happen with these storms. It appears the threat has maybe subsided. Officially, the tornado warning does go until 9 o'clock. Still a bit of rotation that's being detected here. Again, Bailey Cove Road southeast, where it comes to an end in far south Huntsville. And maybe a little bit here southeast of the Whitesburg Bridge. Seeing some circulation here also. Let me circle both of these. So it's in this part of southeast Huntsville, and another bit of rotation showing up just south of here. So one northeast of the Whitesburg Bridge, another southeast of the Whitesburg Bridge. These are just a couple areas of rotation. Again, they're not real significant. And what we are not seeing, and again, this has really been the defining indication of a tornado, is we're not seeing anything in the debris tracker like we were earlier. And again, what does that look like? It's easy to spot. when these things pop up. It's right here, where you see the sea of red, and then you get a drop in the colors. That's an indication that the radar is detecting objects of different size. You know, when you're talking the tornado, that's tree debris. That could be homes and buildings being destroyed as well. In this case, close proximity to the river. I don't think there's anything over here, primarily some trees there along the Tennessee River, but that's what we would look for in the debris tracker, particularly when that corresponds to where we're seeing areas of rotation. But again, here with the latest update, that disappeared right before it got to the Whitesburg Bridge, and there's nothing else showing up in the vicinity of where we do have, again, now much more subtle areas of rotation. Likely, once again, that what's happening, these showers are moving over Green Mountain. They're not very tall to begin with, so the mountain can have a fairly significant influence on the structure. Tornado warning, it canceled for Morgan County because the showers are out of there. It does remain in effect until 9 o'clock for southeastern parts of Madison County. But again, what we are seeing on radar now here and heading into southeast Madison County, going over Green Mountain, is not particularly significant compared to what we had when the initial warning did come out with these storms. So I would say, at least for the moment, the threat has subsided for a tornado. And as this goes over Green Mountain, that threat may continue to go down. Still want you in your tornado safe place. Again, if you are in far south Huntsville, still a couple spots, very subtle now, showing up here in the wind velocity. You know, the green is toward, red is away. We're not seeing very strong what we call inbound velocity here going over the south end of Green Mountain. Again, this is Bailey Code Road southeast, where it comes to an end in far south Huntsville, but just a little bit of rotation here, and maybe another spot, just a little bit of rotation southeast of the Whitesburg Bridge. But again, neither of these, there you saw the latest scan update. Let me go back as the new data has come on in. And nothing has changed to make this look any more ominous than it did. So in my opinion, I think the threat has subsided, but a tornado warning does remain in effect for the time being. And you'll notice here that it covers a pretty large area. In fact, the tornado warning is actually drawn through downtown Huntsville. So a lot of you, even farther up on the parkway towards downtown, maybe got the alert. But again, what we're tracking is in far south Huntsville, near the Tennessee River, again going over the southern edge of Green Mountain, towards the Owens Crossroads area. But again, the circulation has diminished. We are not seeing indications of a tornado on the ground in any of these areas where the rotation is showing up. Again, we'd be looking for a drop-off in the colors here, right in the middle of the sea of red, and we're just not seeing that at this point in time. And given that we're not seeing that, the rotation itself is very ill-defined now over these areas, still a little bit, but very, very ill-defined compared to what it was. I do believe the tornado threat here has subsided for the time being, and hopefully, at least with these particular showers, hopefully that threat has pretty well gone along. And with that, yes, okay, so the National Weather Service, because they're seeing the same thing that I am, that the rotation has really fallen apart. We're not seeing debris signatures out there as well. Tornado warning has been canceled for Madison County. So let me just give you a recap here of what we've got going on. I want to show you the big picture. So the tornado warning canceled for Madison County. There is a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here into southern Middle Tennessee from just east of Fayetteville to Franklin County. Tornado warning northwest of Winchester, Tennessee. That's just beyond our coverage area. There are still areas of showers that we will keep an eye on, but for now that tornado threat has ended. For southern and southeastern Madison County, the tornado warning canceled. We'll keep an eye on any of these other showers, particularly the ones coming out of Morgan County and across southern Madison County, as it appears there's just something on a very, very small scale that's allowed some of these showers to rotate and produce some very, very brief tornado touchdown in these areas. With that in mind, Not going anywhere. I'm going to continue to keep a close eye on the radar. We'll be prepared to jump on if we see anything else that is a concern out there. But for now, we will go ahead and send it back to regular programming.
This has been a 31 Alert Day weather update. We now return to your regular programming.
Local weather, local radars, local people. The Waay 31 Storm Tracker weather app. Weather coverage you can count on.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra.
Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Bachelor in Paradise is back, and it's bigger, bolder, and golder than ever. There will be adventure, drama, and romance, but it wouldn't be paradise without surprises along the way.
It's finally here!
Roger Craig, I just